That took me a couple more clicks than I meant to take. Oops.
You're good. Actually, I joined the Miro board and accidentally moved something immediately. I was like, let me put that
Don't
back.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
Do you
this.
know that nothing is to be touched on here except for when I encourage you guys to touch everything? I thought you knew that. You're not supposed to touch this, except you're supposed to touch it constantly. I
He
don't know
would be
which.
so bothered if I put the photographs in not the photograph section. If I put them in a different section.
That would
Mm.
maybe make me mad. But you can move them. I would just be mad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary, and it's Friday. It's Friday. It's been a while. Been a very busy last couple of weeks, and we finally were able to get the gang together for another one of the old tabletops. Everybody, introduce yourselves and your characters.
I am Jackson. He, him. I play Fred. He, him helped me. I should probably erase that. I put his pronouns as help me because we're playing a horror game.
No, keep it. It's really funny. I love it.
I appreciate it.
I remembered seeing that and being like, you sassy dog.
It's a really good joke.
You can't change it now. I like that you're like sheepish. You're like, oh, is this mean? I'm like, no, absolutely keep that. It's very funny.
Hi, my name is Sean, also known as the Talking Skull, he, him, and I'm playing Kolya in this game.
And
game.
I'm so proud of you, Jackson. You did it this time. You followed the instructions given to you.
Did I not follow instructions?
No, you followed the instructions fine. It was just funny. The last couple times we were like, introduce yourself and the character you're playing. And you would be like, I'm Jackson. And then not talk about your character. So I'm proud of you. Good job.
I think there was 1 week where I literally said I'm Fred or something like that.
Uh-huh. God. But welcome everyone. We've been playing the tabletop game Mothership. It is a science fiction horror game that is very alien inspired, and we've been running a module that I have been writing as we've been going. It's been a good time, I feel like, in our summary bit that we have here. I guess all around, what is the last thing each of your characters remembers?
Almost dying getting on an elevator.
Yeah, I think that's the big punchline is getting on the elevator. Honestly, I do love the dynamic of last game where I realize now what I'm missing. I should be wearing a hoodie. I'm so bare. But the thing I really love, which was that we really struggled with the idea of do we go into the sauce or do we just try to save ourselves because maybe there's no saving them when we're just gonna die too. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, that is straight up something that is mentioned in the manual. Like they recommend for like kind of setting tone and for like general stakes. You actually try to find like around 3 general stakes, and they are organized as that's the warden's screen. What the heck?
What the heck?
Here they go. That was like one of these is the one I want. I need to read. They recommend 3 essential like things that the players or the characters are always thinking of: survive, solve, or save, and you can only realistically accomplish 2 of those. Which I think is a neat way to balance thinking about like the stakes of what's going on and like what's actually achievable, especially being like a horror focused thing. Like bad things should and can and should happen. So ironically, one of those things has to be sacrificed to achieve the other two, and I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yes, last time, you guys were on the dock of Titan Pylon. You were on Titan dock, and you were faced with what seems to be the main antagonistic presence. And you guys had to figure out a couple of, or the power was off. So to be able to like gain access and be able to work in your surroundings, you guys were able to turn the power back on, and then booked it for the elevator as it seemed that shit had hit the fan. Um, yeah, is there anything else that your characters remember or have on their mind as you were ending that last session, or is there anything that you yourself as a player want to touch up on or have any questions?
I'm on sushi.
Yeah, you have sushi on the mind.
Yeah, it's one of the thoughts. Yeah, like as we're
Uh-huh.
going up the elevator, it's like, man, if the world weren't fucked right now, I could be getting my hands on some cheap sushi. It's like all you can eat for like $16.
Well, it's more like $32, which is a steal at this day and age.
Yeah, with this economy, that's a steal.
Uh-huh. Kolia?
Kolya is just um hoping against hope that they don't manage to let whatever this stuff is out. Like that it stays on the station and doesn't escape out into the rest of the system.
Okay. Let me get organized for 1 second. Oh, that. Make this note. Yeah. And yeah, other things in case anyone forgot or needs updates on. Right now, the main contact, there are actually two main forms of contact that you guys have had. One is with the first one was actually with seemingly some artifact that Kolya had found in the security station for Titan Dock, and through direct contact, and Billy seems to have been inflicted or been attacked directly by one of the creatures that are now on Tennyson. Boy, I had to take a second to remember the name of my own setting because it has been a couple weeks. But yeah, so you guys are kind of. How does each of the characters feel about Billy right now?
Billy Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Billy
that's
Glass.
right. Um, that was way more fun. Looking back, though, I enjoyed that moment. It was way more funny than it had any right to be. It was
It's
great.
it's very funny.
Yeah. Because he's possibly infected. What? No, was he confirmed?
He's
No.
cleared, right?
No, he was confirmed. Yes.
Confirmed, yes.
Confirmed. Yeah, I actually forgot that.
If I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say for transparency, it shouldn't have been a secret. I think I mentioned it. If not, definitely worth updating. Is yes, you know that Billy is in fact infected.
Yeah, we had whole
That
scenes
I
about
just
it. And
forgot.
yeah, I think I also just forgot. Because I think, yeah, because like the more I'm like drumming back up the old memories, it was. I think I was already kind of taunting him about the fact of just being like, hey, it's fine. I mean, if you die, you come on right back. So, or something like that. Oh. Um. Do we did we talk to Doc about how long someone has to be alive for before it passes? It was like 10 days or something like that.
Yes, the estimate right now is around 10 days.
So if he doesn't die in 10 days, he's probably gonna get it out of his system entirely. Or something, likely.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. But that's 5 more days than us being here.
And I believe here, I'm gonna make a note of this real fast. Give me 1 second.
I mean, honestly, if we can, no, it's actually not something we're gonna do. I was gonna say, if we can make Tennyson a safe enough place, then he could be here and wait for the next ship. But then I realized, no, this place is probably just not gonna. I mean, he's literally with Milsect. I mean, we can hand him over to Milsect and just let them help him. I don't know. Help.
Which was something that you guys actually discussed as well.
Yeah, it has been weirdly enough just long enough that I've somehow forgotten all of our thoughts.
This is why we have this interim, to make sure our brains are all tangled correctly.
2 weeks is a hell of a drug, man.
Yeah. It's all
2 weeks really pours it all out of your brain.
It truly does. Colia, how do you feel about Billy's current status?
Kolia just feels uncomfortable around Billy,
Okay.
but he's just he's said his piece and he's just gonna let the chips fall where they may now.
Okay. And I think that hits we're about 15 minutes in. See, I'm paying attention this time, or we don't talk for 40 minutes. So nobody say anything before I get on a tangent. I think that's pretty good. Is last roll call? Any particular questions?
No, just a burp.
Just a burp. Okay. Then to start off, where you guys left off, you were on the elevator. Shortly after you guys got on, after a bit of feeling exhausted, there's a little bit of talk, and you guys are able to makeshift a plan, a short-term plan, to finally get a little bit of rest. It had actually been a pretty long day. It had been actually about 9 or 10 hours. You guys have already been on Tennyson. So you decide to get a little bit of rest. Both of you go ahead and give me a body save. No stress induced if you fail. You guys were able to essentially kind of put the elevator into a low power state and lock it down. So essentially the elevator stopped moving at some point and is no longer it's secure. You don't have to worry about anything getting inside. You are safe.
Hey, doubles are fun, right?
Doubles of which is the question.
77.
Lucky number! Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to think on that. Jackson?
Mine's much easier. It's just a 14.
Okay, so you succeeded. Okay.
You say it was 1 stress recovered on success?
Yes, 1 success on recovery. Then in that case, give me 1 second to kind of think.
There was no penalty for failure a moment ago, so I'm interested to
I
see
found
what
the penalty.
You
Yeah,
found the
it's good.
penalty. Sean is going to have a very interesting experience here, even one that I wasn't fully prepared for, but boy, now I am. I'm excited.
You're gambling stress.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uh, since yours saved, Jackson, Fred, um, we'll start with you first. So, you lights kind of go out. You guys are able to put the elevator into low power mode. You guys are actually able to get the lights off, and you crack a couple of chem lights, and it's not comfortable. You guys are kind of like packed in there a little bit. But surprisingly, Fred, you're able to at least get a decent amount of shut eye. Uh, when you wake back up, you actually wake up fairly naturally. It's quiet and the elevator is dark. And there's not very much noise. You hear maybe creaking in the walls from the elevator. And you hear one other thing. As you kind of look around and your eyes are getting readjusted, you hear a clicking noise and kind of like some shuffling. And you look, and it's coming from the direction of like kind of the corner underneath the controls to the elevator, and kind of sitting up against it. You see Billy. You see Billy. You see him with one of the magazines from his gun in his hand. And you hear bullets kind of rattling in his hand between his fingers. And all the way, I'm going to say like from the opposite side, you can smell cigarettes lingering on his breath. And he's seemingly breathing deeply. And from the light of the chem lights, you can faintly see he's taken off his helmet. I'm gonna say like pretty much everyone has, unless I'm gonna say everyone has. No one can sleep with their helmet on. Unless you think you can, but I actually want to be realistic. If I had a helmet, I couldn't sleep with a helmet on, and that's coming from me. But you see, beating his forehead, just noticeable dots of sweat, and you look closely, his hands are visibly shaken. He seems rattled a little bit, but otherwise is like focused on like kind of working with his hands.
I lean over to say, "What's going on, buddy?"
Oh, yeah, you're awake.
Yeah,
He's
only for a moment.
Were you able to get some rest, buddy?
A little bit. I don't know if it was the rattling of the elevator or what it was, but I just sort of stirred to life for a bit and saw that you didn't quite seem okay. You get any sleep at all yet?
His head, when you say that, he jolts. He like strains his neck up and his head up and is like looking at the ceiling of the elevator, and he says, "Yeah, sorry, I couldn't get much rest. Thought maybe check my equipment, check our resources, be prepared."
Yeah. It's a good thing to do. You're not thinking any, you don't have any dangerous thoughts in there, do you?
No. No. Listen, I mean, I tried to get some rest, but I will say it's a little. I'm a little on edge, you know.
Yeah, of course. Nah. Honestly, I can't imagine. It's more than most can bear, but it's your cross to bear, I guess. And babe, and Doc. I mean, I don't look over to the doctor, who might be asleep. I don't know, but I look back
He
and I
is.
say, okay, I say, I barely trust Doc as far as I can throw him, but if Doc says 10 days and this is out of your system, then I mean, shoot, you just gotta survive for 10 days. And the cool part is that if you survive for 10 days, you're alive. That is, I know that sounds dumb. I just mean that regardless of whether you're infected or not, don't die out there.
I mean, it's not my plan, you know.
Yeah.
He kind of like takes a gulp and says, "So you don't trust the doc? Not
I
feeling."
mean, I do, but I don't. He's real, he's real wormy. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's a real doc. I trust that he's a real doc. I just don't like what he's selling. Turns out snake oil was never my flavor.
Frankly, I don't even know where they get the stuff. I
Snakes.
apparently that, and here I heard that there weren't any snakes left, as far as I knew. They're
Really?
squeezing them by the tail.
Huh, yeah.
Maybe that's why it's so expensive.
No kidding.
Speaking
Yeah, I
of
think.
which,
Yeah.
uh, dying and all, what do you think
Yeah.
you're gonna do when you get out of here after all
Oh
this?
god. That part I hadn't even thought about. Uh, maybe I'm fatalistic, but I just hadn't really thought about making it on the other side at this point.
That's
I
great.
really am.
That's coming from me.
I mean, there's nothing for me either way. Like, I'm trying to keep the home afloat, but oh man, they could probably do it fine without me.
Why's that?
I can't go back.
He gives you a quizzical look when you say that. I
I'm
mean,
just. My
I
parents are alive.
yeah, I
Yeah.
I understand. I think half of that. After this, I mean, I don't. This he kind of like rubs his finger across his nose and sniffles. I I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's much worse than this job that I've had, but
Takes the cake, honestly.
I've had my scrapes, but Yeah, this one's pretty tough to top. I'm pretty hopeful that maybe you know might look at another form of employment. I might look at going back home. So
Yeah. Maybe I ought to figure something out too. And I don't know. Get a couple beers in me, and maybe I can actually talk about back home. I just feel like a piece of shit about it as it all. My daughter's never going to be the same again.
oh, I mean, my parents probably would be happy to know if I'm even still alive. I don't know. I left home years ago, so
I
suppose
actually
it'll make
video call
sense.
them. I do video call them from afar. Wife keeps me up to date. She'll sometimes come to the camera.
Well, maybe after whatever's happened here, at least let him know that you're safe. I don't know. This is, and he looks around the interior of the elevator. This is a lot to take in. I have
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
idea
no
what the hell
kidding.
is going on. It's
Yeah, sorry, I kind of.
just way above my pay grade.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of lost focus on the mission. Uh, well, honestly, I guess the real mission now is to get some rest. That way we can actually push on and try to make something out of this.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. He fumbles around. Did you keep the cigarettes that I actually? Yeah, did you keep the cigarettes or did you give them to Billy? Actually, out of curiosity, I'm
Think I either put, yeah, I think I gave it all away.
yeah.
Oh no, I gave it to Colia. It's in Colia's inventory.
The cigarettes or the lighter? I think you gave him the lighter.
Both.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
I think I just gave everything. Both of those.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
it's under the husk doll. The desiccated.
then you see him fumbling with a different package of cigarettes and you you hear him flick on the lighter and see a faint glow as he lights another cigarette and he takes a drag and lets out a big breath and he does say, I can say one thing for certain.
What's that?
Been up for a while now. I think I did get like an hour, but
You
getting some
deserve
weird
more.
dreams.
Yeah.
It's faint. Can't hear him out there.
The creatures.
Yeah, whatever was happening on the dock.
Yeah.
I know we're safe in here, but definitely have heard one or two pass by.
What's the? I'm asking you a silly question because I don't think you really spent a whole lot of time on Tennyson, but how far does this elevator go? I know we intentionally slowed it down. It's about as slow as it can possibly go, but
Point of order, you guys were able to stop it. It's like literally just powered down.
oh, okay, cool.
Actually, as like just a little detail point, you see like a panel that had been undone, that either you or and Quincy probably worked on to actually get the elevator to like full power stop for the moment.
Nice. Nah, that's actually really good. But yeah, I kind of look down and try to see like, are they several hundred feet away, or like can we even ballpark how far away those sounds are? I'm not worried about them. I recognize that they're back in the previous level, and we're on level 2 now. But
I'm gonna say
I mean, I wasn't worried about them until you started saying, "Huh."
if I'm gonna say like if you like what as Billy finishes saying that, kind of like take a pause as you're kind of listening. And you do hear like the general creaking of the station as it's moving and rotating. Every now and then you do hear in the distance the sound of fumbling as something moves through a vent in the distance. A few minutes pass and one such fumbling actually does not sound that far away. It sounds less than 5 meters away. It rumbles
Less
from
than
the
5 meters.
Yeah, it rumbles like off. I'm gonna say, yeah, like if you're rest up against a wall, and the wall behind you, you hear something in like the
Five
shaft and walls, kind of like moving up.
5 meters is extremely close. I look back at Billy Blast and I was like, have we got company, or because that don't
Don't worry,
sound too good.
I already checked. He points at the roof. Roof access is sealed. Can't get in. They are out there though. Hear them going up and down.
Oh,
Don't know what for, but bastards are active.
they're like zombies or something. They're like drawn to like human flesh and blood that just won't. God damn.
They're drawn to sound.
He
Billy
Uh,
probably made noise as it was coming up.
sure, so you're telling me to shut the fuck up? All right, that's fair, honestly.
Just tired.
Nah, I've been too chatty. I've been shooting the shit. Hey, Billy, you want to snuggle with Collier?
Don't touch me.
Don't worry, I won't give you nothing. I'm quarantined. He chuckles to that and kind of knocks some ash off of the cigarette. There's been an ash pile building up next to him and a couple of cigarette butts.
And this elevator is just filling with smoke.
Filling with smoke. Yeah, you're just like, oh, actually, the reason why it smells like smoke so much in here is because it's filled with fucking smoke. And they all suffocate. No.
My helmet is back on.
Bill, I don't mean to rain on your parade over here, but I believe that our oxygen is in fact limited, and you're burning it all right now.
He puts it out on the floor and like tucks it back into the box. And then he like picks up like a water bottle from because there's like a pallet jack, and he picks a water bottle off of it, and just like you see him like chug half of it in like one go. I'll try to get some rest. You should if you can.
Yeah, it's good for
As
sleeping time. We can dance with the devils tomorrow.
as he took that drink and sets his hand down, you do notice his hands are still shaking, but otherwise he seems much more calmed.
Yeah.
Colia! Oh, Colia. Oh, sweet, sweet Colia. Give me 1 second. you get a much different vibe.
You see the other side of the elevator. It's like the Junji Ito and the Hayao Miyazaki picture.
Right. Julia, you are back home. You don't remember what you were doing last, but you're just back home in Io, actually preparing dinner right now. What does your home look like?
So Kolya lives on a moon that is covered in sulfuric rivers and volcanic activity. And it's kind of a nightmare. And
Yeah, I saw that too. That's really, yeah.
yeah, it's good. Also, it perfectly encapsulates both of those artists.
It's a very good picture.
But yeah, so I live in this sort of nightmare volcano, sulfur, rivers of lava. But within our like area, we live in these sort of geodesic domes, where we have like sulfur refineries and stuff that we operate. That's like the reason we're there. So the homes within that space are very like sort of space agey because they have to be like very perfectly insulated. You have like those doors that seal with the like rubberized seal so that the interior climate is like perfectly maintained because it's not really like it's like only technically survivable in the geodesic dome outside of a building. But inside of I imagine it like townhomes. So inside of our like townhome, Kolya and his family have a sort of fairly cozy little space. A lot of like amateur art projects littered around, and just like cozy like kids stuff everywhere.
Gotcha. And yeah, you feel you feel at ease a little bit. You're actually preparing dinner. Would you say you're the one who usually prepares dinner or no?
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you're preparing dinner, you're getting the food prepared, and you're looking at the meal you're preparing. And something seems kind of peculiar. You're making fish. You've made fish before, sure, plenty of times, but you look at this fish, something seems bizarre about it. It's not a fish that you've really recognize. It's kind of tadpole in shape. It's about a foot and a half long. It's not very big. It's enough. But it's instead of so starting like from the back, like where the tail is. Normally a fish has like two flukes, right? This one is different. It seems much more primitive by your estimation. It's got like almost a tadpole shape and just like one fin that comes off the posterior end of the tail and goes all the way to the tip. And as you move of it, you look at it, and it doesn't have like fish scales. It actually has more of a. Its skin is much more leathery in texture. If you like take a step back and look at it, it's definitely a fish, and a fish that you're familiar with, but you don't know why. As you move up this fish, you take a look at its head, and it's bizarrely shaped. It's aside from before, where the skin seemed almost leathery and devoid of scales, the head is covered in these enormous plates all around it. Thick, dense plates that actually, like, when you take the knife to it, it's really hard to cut through them. It's almost like they're bones. And if you look at, like, the jaws, they're not teeth. They're these plates that have formed into the jaws that interlock to form kind of like blades or a scissor of such. And you're preparing this fish, and a voice speaks up. She says, "Hey, Dad!"
Oh, hey Milo, it'll be just a few extra minutes here. I just got to make sure I've cooked this correctly. You know how I always mess it up.
You cooking fish again?
Dad, you love fish.
I say I like your fish.
Oh, okay. Now fish isn't good enough for Milo. I see. Well,
Fair.
you'll see. We're having very special fish tonight.
As you finish preparing the meal, seems to you do fillet it and cook it just fine. You bring the food out on plates, and it's just there are two chairs. It's like a dining setup. There is a place for 3 seats, but only your daughter is present. And she says, "So what took so long?"
Well, it's a very particular. Uh, Sorry.
You okay,
Here
Dad?
it's a new fish. Yes. No, it's nothing. I'm trying a new kind of fish I haven't cooked before. It's where did I?
Oh, and I'm sure it'll be great. I was just teasing earlier.
You're a little kid, are you? Okay, well, eat up and make sure to not cut yourself on the.
uh, as you say that, she lifts up her arms and says, "Sure." And you do see like a scab on one of her arms. And she says, "I mean, if you're nervous right now, I know you have your work coming up. I know you're busy a lot."
No, it's no, nothing like that. I have nothing but time for you. What happened to your arm there?
Huh. And she looks at it and just says, "Oh, I must have scraped myself. Don't. It's fine." And she says, "Besides, glad you finally have work here. Aren't you excited? I hear that trip out into the desert's happening next week."
It is. Yes. Tell me. No, no. If the trip is coming up, that means. Have you seen the Uncle Brian around anywhere?
Brian, uh, why do you wanna why do you wanna talk to Brian. You haven't seen him in. I think you saw him maybe last year.
No, it can't be right. Brian is supposed to be leading this expedition. Wha- eat your fish. It's good. It's supposed to have a lot of nutrients and they said a very Mediterranean taste. I don't really know what that means, but it's probably good.
Oh, whatever. I know you usually season them pretty well. Uh, as she says that, she kind of like bends forward. She bends forward unnaturally. Smells really good. I don't know what you did, but it's really good.
I'm so glad. Uh, hey, Mila, are you feeling all right? You got any kind of fever or anything?
She kind of turns to the side and she looks up at you, and her body is like kind of twisted in a way that doesn't seem natural. And you take another look at one of the scabs on her arms. Now there's one on each of her arms. And she goes, I think I feel fine. Okay, you're acting kind of weird, Dad.
You don't remember hurting your arms? What? How did this happen?
I, in we don't. I mean, we don't have to talk about that right now. I don't want to upset you about the band or anything. So, um, as she says that, uh, you see her body starting to shift, and the seams on her arms start coming apart in a way that you are familiar with.
Mila?
Dad? And her arms tear at the joints and the elbows. What's wrong? You okay?
It's nothing, I'm sure. I just need to I need to go check on Brian. He couldn't. He's supposed to be here. Um
There's a knock at your door.
just a minute. It'll be right out there. Mila,
That might be
uh,
Brian.
eat
You
your
see
fish, okay? Be a good
her
girl.
you see her face start to change.
I tell you what, um, let's get you up and get you to bed, okay? You need some rest, I think.
There's knocking at your front door.
I'll be just a minute. I'm just dealing with the situation in here. It's all okay. Let's get you to bed, Mila. Come on.
She stands up. She's taller than you. She's towering over you. Her jaw split apart. Her midsection distended, her arms flailing out. And she says again, seemingly in a perfectly normal voice, Dad, I'm getting scared. What's wrong?
Kolya trips over his own feet, backing away, and starts to back toward the door and just says, "You should get some rest, Mila. I think you might be a little bit sick. But it's
Go ahead.
okay. I'm just going to talk to
Give me a panic check.
Sure. Ooh, I think I might have met. I don't remember if meat is.
Let me check. Meat might not beat. The irony is meat beats in that I think you get the thing.
Yeah, I think it has to be greater than.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I actually failed just barely.
Let me.
Which I think means it's the worst possible result. I think exactly meeting is the worst possible result.
You think?
Yeah, because it's the highest panic result you can get. Out of the available ones that you have access to.
No, it would be the lowest one, because you want to roll higher than it.
Well, but
because if I failed, I got the highest possible score I could get and still fail.
I gotcha. Well, what's that number?
8.
Got an 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make a note of this. And this will play through. You gain the condition loss of confidence. And you choose one skill and lose that skill's bonus. Youchies, but it is your choice.
Forever? Just like for the scene?
Until you can remove the condition.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense.
And let me know when you're ready.
Trying to decide how to handle this.
Mhm.
Because from a player's perspective, I feel like some of my skills have been more relevant than others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just I'm just going to roll a die, I think. Because I don't want to... It feels weird to me to be able to just choose the skill that hasn't... choose a skill that I don't expect to matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to roll a die and see where it lands. But that means I need a D4. I have 4 skills.
And I think rules is written that the way that it's described this way is even if you lose geology, you don't suddenly lose the other ones. It's just literally normally you'd be able to do geology with the bonus, and you can't anymore. Not that you don't know geology anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, shit. I lost the most relevant skill possible. I lost zoology.
Shit. Hey,
no.
I think that's the most topical here. Because as there's pounding on the door behind you, also let me know if you're good to go before I continue the scene.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just putting the rest of the... I had to find a D4, that's all. Go for it.
Gotcha. The door behind you opens, and you're kind of now thrown backwards on your back a little bit now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see Ryan. And we have an ad! No! Okay, this might be a good thing. It'll give me more time to really make sure to
The
solidify
cliffhanger.
this. Yeah, I know.
You see Brian.
Brian.
I'm just
John
part
Bryan.
of the veil a little bit, though. Thank you, Sean, for having the first nightmare, but I worked a lot on what could happen here, so I'm even more excited that you got a critical. I was like, oh shit. Oh no.
I'm glad we get to to tease out some more of that aspect of Koya as well, because it's something that I fully intended to be like a bit of a slow burn, so it's starting to sort of reveal itself more.
And I'm really enjoying the scene. I really enjoyed both the scenes. This has been very, very good. Feats. I really wanted to. There's a couple of things. Obviously, as time will go on, will hopefully be more clear. But I really wanted to lean into a clear sense of like. I definitely want to be as detail oriented as possible, to the point that you can form like a picture of whatever you're looking at in your head, but not say specifics in a way that it's like you still have to think of what exactly is in front of you. It's not just told to you.
It's good. I've liked it.
Thank you. Well, it's about to get real wild here in a second. If
And
the
after
ads
the
would
ads.
start. After the
Are
ads.
Are you telling me Mila's not going to bed? What the
Mila
hell, man?
is not going to bed, unfortunately.
She's going
Hey,
to
do you
bed.
like my sick pull for a Russian named Brian?
Dude, it's my Russian uncle Brian.
So for context there, I definitely was intending uncle in the way that just like any adult that is in your like circle of people, you refer to your kid as uncle or aunt so and so.
Yeah. Savannah very much has quite a few like uncles that are not blood related.
Yeah, I had a couple of those too as well. I had a couple of unkies who weren't my unkies.
I really like it actually. I mean, it's touching.
I like the communal aspect of it.
Yeah.
I never had anybody like that, but
I was gonna say, the only kid I know, I'm actually the uncle for.
My sister's best friend's mom, I think, might have been referred to as an aunt once or twice.
Gotcha.
Now that I think about it.
Ah.
I love that you're really swinging with just like, it's like, this is where I'd put my uncles if I had one.
Poor Sean. No uncles for Sean.
No uncles to speak of. I wonder what happened to my real uncle. He's probably dead.
I was gonna say, I was like, I know one of my favorites, unfortunately, is no longer with us. Rip.
Yeah.
Rip Uncle Tim.
Rest in peace. I mean, look, we're all getting to the age where we're gonna have to get comfortable with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's what being in your mid-30s is kind of like.
Perfect that we're playing this game now, though. It'll process, right? That'll help. This game's partly about processing. A little bit.
A little bit.
This game's about being a processor.
I'm at least a Pentium, so I'm set.
I got 2 cores in me, and I'm ready to go.
Hate you ads. I do hate these ads because I'm just like, boy, we're about to go places. I think Coley is gonna regret having ever touched that fucking idol. that statue. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, look, we all knew it was a bad idea, and at some point, you've just got to embrace the bad ideas.
Uh-huh. Because now you're gonna get something really interesting to happen to you. Bad ideas can have interesting results.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back from ads, everyone. Where we left off, the door had opened. And you see Brian's face bending over you. Give me 1 second. Look up. He's tall. taller than you remember him being. He barely fits through the doorway. He has to lean down really far. You turn around and you look at him, and he looks back at you with 3 eyes centered around his face as his head extends into 3 lobes. And out of these lobes, his arms are stretching out, and his body, his midsection, a ropey, thin trunk. On top, sitting his round, rotund body. This is Brian. You know him as Brian. You see him as Brian. And the top half of his body has been split into, and the bottom half of his body has been split into 3 sections that he stands on his 3 thick legs, and he bends over above you. Along the sides of his body, vertical protrusions are projecting out that you understand as fingers, tongues, ears. Don't know why. And then you hear that sound. That dreadful sound you heard, Nio, come from Brian.
Brian, I had to tell you that we shouldn't. The expedition. This is all wrong. I had something I needed to tell you about.
They stare at you for a long time. Make a Windows sound. And you hear Brian say, oh wait, you probably don't hear that. Give me 1 second. Here's what I will do. Give me 1 second. You hear Brian say, actually, I can't keep this going. I know what I can do. See. Beans. Here. Oh yeah, that's gonna work that way, isn't it? Okay, yeah. I will switch it back in a second, but you hear Brian say this. And what you understand is you can comprehend the phrase, be you outside. Side. See. What do you do? What is the next thing that Kolya does when that happens?
He checks to see if Mila is going to bed.
Mila, the kitchen, the dining room behind you, it seems that the light at some point has gone out, and you just see her silhouette standing, looking in your direction.
Mila, I need you to go to bed. I need you to get away from this. You can't stay here. You have to go. Okay?
And
You don't need to be a part of this.
and as you say that, Brian gets in really close to you, your eyes beating each other, and you feel the word home. And you wake up.
No.
You wake up drenched in sweat. Fred, you're woken up by the sound of Colia jolted awake. And everyone stirs.
What? Did you see something? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey. Joanna kind of like sits up and is like reaching for Colia. Hey, you everything okay, buddy?
Don't touch me.
Yeah,
I'm fine. Oh, God. Okay. No, she's fine. She's fine. It's not too late. It's fine.
who's fine, Colia?
God, I would say just give me 5 and I'll be back, but it's fucking elevator.
Yeah, all the smoke and stuff. Yeah.
No, no, I'm, fine. And I'm like side-eyeing Brian. Or not, not Brian, Billy.
You know what's funny? I mean, you say that, you do see Brian for a second. Like when you say that, like you have that thought of like you look over to where Billy is, but are thinking like looking where Brian is, and that is in there for like a millisecond. You're like, you like blink, and it's Billy. Billy is there.
Yeah, I like start when I see him. I like try to compose myself for a second, then I look over in his direction, and I like start, and then I sort of slowly put my hands down.
Billy just like blinks at you. He's just like, bad dream there, partner. That promise I'm not a monster yet.
And even if you were, wouldn't be your problem, it'd be ours.
That's surprisingly positive, Fred.
Thank you.
No, I'm okay.
You need to get Quincy opens up like the pallet, a bag on the pallet, and pulls out a bottle of water and gestures and hands it towards Colia. Here, this might help.
Kolya just drinks a little bit of it, and then just kind of distractedly just like sets it down out of sight without like putting the cap back on or anything. And then starts rustling around in his bag.
What can we do for you, Colia?
I'm fine. It's nothing. It's not even relevant to anything. I pull out a. I don't know if this is the first time y'all have seen this. I feel like it's something y'all have seen around before, but I pull out a little doll that is just a doll of like a horrifying like you know, like the Mass Effect husks, kind of like that. Just like a corpse that's like dried up, almost like mummified. And I'm just clutching it to my chest and muttering to myself. She's safe. Okay. It's okay.
Well, the Joanna kind of like looks at that and is like, I think I've got enough rest. It seems like is everybody feeling okay, or is everybody feeling all right? And Lydia and Mason are like sitting up and are just like, yeah, doing peachy.
Looking back over it, going like, maybe we can take a bit more time before we restart the engine.
Tolia, you doing okay? Do you need a little bit more rest, maybe?
Oh, please no. I'll be fine.
Joanna takes a deep breath. Just says, "Well, don't really have much private space, so guess we'll have to find the pit stop next." So she starts collecting herself, and you guys kind of start shuffling around. Quincy makes their way over to the panel where the electrical device for the elevator is, and starts like rewiring the power. Give me 1 second. Give me one second.
Anybody else's bones killing them? Sleeping in a goddamn pile in an elevator?
My knees have been popping more than they used to, but I think that's just because I'm getting old, not because I slept in an elevator.
Billy just chuckles and he goes, I've been doing calisthenics for the last 3 hours. I think my bones are fine.
Billy over here likes to do squats.
That's why it smells like BO in here.
Yeah, Billy. This is strike two. If I could be real with you.
Well, to be fair, somebody may or may not have. Wait, was that the deodorant? It was hairspray. Never mind. He says, "Yeah." He just goes, "Yeah. Give me a moment." He pulls out like a spray bottle of like travel deodorant.
It smells like Axe too.
Oh God!
I think
put more things in our hair.
I will say it's not unpleasant. It's not like it's actually a little floral. You're surprised by that. It's a little perfumey. He sprays himself down though to mask himself.
Billy, we're like a 4x5.
Let me
That's
check.
a total of 20 square feet.
Like 140 cubic feet.
You make your point, but I feel like I've breathed every last one of them.
And if you take all of those feet and put them out on a plane, that's a lot of space.
I'll put you on a plane.
Please don't. Well, look, I think that I'm not the only one who heard a little bit of what's going on out there, so be ready for anything when we get in here. Whatever they tried to set up as far as quarantining that area off, I don't think it worked.
Yeah, Billy says, yeah. I mean, he takes a moment to pause. Granted, I made it through MilSec training. They did cover some bits on quarantine, and if I think about how things are going here, if I remember correctly, MilSec's protocol is to focus a contained area. Unfortunately, it seems that wherever we're at might not be the contained area. Quarantine contained area, in this case, being contained away from whatever they're needing to quarantine from.
All right.
Classic
now,
military doctrine. You're not here to keep something safe. You're here to give yourselves a bunker and let everything else go to hell.
Yeah, no, this is actually, I feel like my world's finally making sense. So, on that whole time thing we're talking about, I don't think we want to be inside of their bunker done by the time day 5 hits. Maybe even on the station, but that's a legal thing unless of a we're gonna get arrested thing.
Mm-hmm. That I can say. The MilSect headquarters is on Rhea. Actually, let me double check my notes. Got to check my notes. I have so many. God, I think I would give somebody a heart attack who I think they're organized. I know where everything is. That's all that matters.
No,
Look, tabletop notes are hard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I literally just press new line and then type another line pretty much for my notes.
I have grand concepts of how my notes are going to work. And then I end up having to take most of them on my phone in a notes app because that's what I have available at the time was when my brain is actually working.
See, I'm pretty proud of how I've structured my notes so far. I have a couple of ancillary notes on my phone and now in a notebook, but like my actual structured notes, I have like sections for things like references, and then I have a pretty discrete like a session notebook that I just take notes in for session prep and then notes for during and after. That's usually what I do. So, and I just have
it's pretty similar to me.
a billion documents of different things, kind of loosely spread and categorized in the right places.
I've got
That said,
one notepad file.
you're a monster. That's a character for me, okay? But Billy says, MilSec security is localized on Rhea, and from the sounds of it, they've locked it down. By lock it down, they don't want anything out here getting into Rhea. If there's one thing I can at least vouch for, we will do that. And he looks at Fred and says, your parents are still here, and they're on Rhea. I think you have a good shot of seeing them again.
If MilSec's been keeping them safe, then, you know, maybe I ought to pay my thanks to them, honestly. And then I gotta ask the real question. Can I safely get them out of MilSec? I'm getting ahead of myself.
He lays a hand on your shoulder, and he just says, I might not know a lot.
Same.
But I'll try to pull some strings. Fred, you notice his hands are still.
Appreciate that a lot.
And he pats you on the shoulder.
Would make up for all the shit you pulled in the elevator.
What? I got the nice smelling deodorant out and everything for you.
I like to breathe.
I'm sure you've had worse dates. As he says that, Joanna just chuckles and just says, "This is a date. You are wrong."
If he knew that I'm a one-woman man.
And in the background you hear like a couple more like yanks from the panel that Quincy's working on, and the elevator jolts back to light, and the incandescent lights turn back on as you're like momentarily blinded by the light. Fuck, I couldn't stop myself, guys. Sorry. But yeah, as you make it up to the top of the elevator shaft, um, Maison has been pretty quiet. He's maybe muttered a little bit to Lydia. Lydia is. She looks okay. She looks like she at least got rest. But she definitely is like a little bit unnerved. Joanna just says, "Oh man, I forgot something."
Look, if you forgot your gift card to Space Coles, then I'll just spot you like $20. All right,
I had a bottle of 70-year-old vintage that would have been perfect for this.
We can drink it when we get back to the ship. Yeah.
I guess it'll incentivize me to get back to the ship.
It might be 70 and a half at that point. Who knows? It might age half a year or something. I don't know.
Lydia taps Colia like on your arm, and she just says, "You doing all right?" Seemed pretty startled.
Fine. Fine. Just need to move on.
Okay. She just says, yeah, believe it or not, this is my first job with Rosebud, so wasn't quite what I was expecting. Actually, just needed the credits to get through med school.
Is it wrong of me to say that on some level it is what I expected?
I mean, that is less reassuring, yeah. She gives you kind of like a puzzled, worried look. From that panic check, like what is Kolya's general look right now? I can't assume that it looks very good.
No, I mean, obviously, like he's very frazzled, and he just looks very worried. Like I think he's managed to like calm himself down enough that he's like functioning for now. But he just looks like he's very tense and very just very tense and very concerned.
Mm-hmm. Also, darn it, I just realized something in my effort to do a better job. This time around, just to double check, you guys did hear the sound that I actually made this time, right?
Yes.
think so.
That
Chat.
Ryan made?
Yes. Chat didn't.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
it. Oh well.
Oh
Chat-
no!
Oh
That's
no,
funny.
you missed out on here. Just out of I'll put this back in post. Oh, it's fine. This is just elevator sounds. This you heard something like this. You know what? For flavor, you still feel that. Something about that has left an impression on you. You still feel like that sound more present than you did before.
Are you playing it for chat now?
Damn it! Yes. I'll get it right one of these days. Too many moving parts. But yes, I played another sound. And it was like the one that you heard before.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out eventually. You all will hear it at the same time. Eventually.
I was looking at Sean's face and I was like, is it supposed to be? Is there a sound plan that I'm not hearing? Is this at a frequency that my ears don't work no more?
Here, because I'm embarrassed, I'll do it I'll do it one more time, this time correctly. Just gotta slow down and click all the buttons. That's my problem, is I click the wrong button. I click too many of the buttons too quickly, is what I do. Yeah, you still hear this kind of sound resonating in your head.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely fainter, but it's left an impact. It seems to be resonant almost. Now I undo all of the stuff I did. Apparently I shouldn't do it this way, though. It breaks everything. I will find a way to do this correctly eventually.
Some why.
Alright. So yeah. That's what you hear. You guys make it to the top of the elevator. There's like a ding as you guys slow to a stop. And Joanna hits the like hold door button and just says, "Okay." Obviously, don't want to go in, do anything without discussion or a plan. First off, how are we all feeling? Definitely
I've had better days.
say that again, sorry.
I've had better days.
Yeah,
Maybe I've had worse. I don't know.
I mean, certainly better night's rest. Hopefully the next one will be better. I'll try to find us all beds next time.
Yeah, if we can just drag a cot into our next elevator, honestly, we could probably call it square.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you saw this. Good news, I mean, we're heading over to Rhea, but Starbus definitely is wanting an update, and they're specifically wanting us to go to headquarters. Just letting you guys know. Main thing I want to discuss is, what do you think? What do you guys feel on a game plan?
Well, yeah, I guess I got two questions for you. First, where is Starbus headquarters? Which one's that one on? Is that
I will
one still on
double check.
Titan?
Conveniently, it's also actually on Rhea, conveniently.
No, that is actually convenient because if that's where Millsac's got everything tightly wrapped down and neat little bow, then honestly, while we've got the diplomatic immunity or whatever, I guess we might as well take advantage of it.
Quincy responds saying, "Yeah, I've been able to look into the major governing body and major corporations planted here. They do each have a headquarters around between the three pylons. Seems that Rhea has the focus of Milsec, Starbus, as well as Toby and the major banking system they have on Tennyson Exobank. As for Titan,
Okay.
it seems that they house actually much more of Tennyson's infrastructure and business, along with the cargo company Pantheon that manages all the cargo warehouses on Tennyson. There's also apparently the Center for Telecoms here, operator, and he looks over at Dr. Maison, who gives kind of a sideways look. And they say, and Rosebud Laboratories.
So, can I poke and prod at what the downside is? Because you made it seem like there was some bad news or there was some.
Oh, I was just being
Because
informative.
oh, that appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying that we're gonna get to Raya, then that's a pretty good thing because that's where Milsect is drawing their line in the sand and sticking their head in the bunker, and that's where Starbus is. I forget where that's where Diamond Sushi is. Well, my parents are. I mean, it's where the monsters aren't. Maybe.
They oh, they can't
Okay.
open their mouth. They give you a a they give you a look. They like close their eyes and they are a little pensive and they go, Daimon is on Titan.
Shit. Whole day's ruined. All right. Well,
Cat butt.
cat butt.
But yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
to which Joanna says, which brings up the point. I mean, really, might not be a bad idea checking out Daimon. Could have
Really?
supplies, could be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, we have food, water, but it could also be a good rest spot if we need to come back here. I definitely do not want to stay in another elevator like this if I could save my life over it.
I mean, shoot, I'd take a nap in a sushi shack. I've done worse than that for sure.
Could be worth investigating.
Yeah.
And Maison says, he looks like he's like rocking. He's like rocking a little, and he says, I definitely want to make it to laboratories. I can. Main reason why I'm here. Maybe there might be, if it originated from the laboratories, there might be some way to lock them down. I can't imagine why. Usually the laboratories would have some kind of structure like that, so able to find out at least what happened and if there's any way to slow or stop whatever's happening at the station.
You're telling me there's a way to actually stop all this, give everyone happily ever after,
I
restore peace, and
I'm not
we all get a diamond pony. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm not saying that necessarily, but I'm not ruling it out either. I was
But I
to
really
find
wanted to.
a counter reagent or gain access to more of the information on Xenox. I might be able to look into counter agent something. It would be the place I would have to go to be able to find information on that materials. If I was there,
Okay.
I would be able to start immediately and in. I would find answers. I will say that.
Okay. All right.
I
Well,
don't want to make promises, I guess. My
I get that.
own nerves don't want to. If there is any solution, I would be able to find it in laboratories, and I don't think it would take me more than a day.
That's on Raya. Your lab's on Raya.
My lab is here on Titan.
Ah, shit. So what if we just come pick you up on a day? Does that sound good?
Um, Billy shoulders the gun. Billy shoulders his gun and just says, "Yeah, just take a stroll, Doc. You'll be fine." To which Joanna shoots him a sharp look and says, "That does bring up a point. Kind of split here. I actually don't know if we should split up or not. Clearly, the station is not safe."
Not Titan. Maybe Raya, but not Titan.
He puts a finger on his chin and says, "Well, I mean, I could think of it one of two ways. I do think I would be safer. You guys be safer." He puts aside. He gives a sideways glance to Billy. "I still feel like I'd be safer with Billy around.
Sure.
That's why you were hired, and I really appreciated Billy. You guys need to go to Rhea first. I will happy to tag along. I would admit
You,
I don't feel equipped to make the journey to Rosebud on my own."
you and Billy gonna be all right. I mean, let me clarify as well. Like I want to. I'm actually really thinking about trying to help out here. I am. We're not trained soldiers. I mean, Billy is.
He
Yeah.
he pumps his chest and gives you a peace sign when you say that.
But the rest of us aren't trained soldiers. Like we're just handymen and stuff. Like I fuss with electronics and pilot, and that's my real skill. If you ask me what I could do in today's economy, I mean I do pretty much whatever pays the bills. But piloting's kind of the thing that I like actually jive with. I would say. I'm rambling. I don't know how much protection I'm really offering you, Doc.
I mean, still,
What if we? Is there any chance? And I mean this very sincerely. Is there any chance that we can go to Rhea, get anybody from Milsec to back us up as we try to retake Titan, or at least try to get into your lab and give you a small means of protection?
Billy says, "Leave that to me, brother. I'll do everything that I can, though I will admit I'm a little biased here. kind of on board with getting me to Rhea. Seems like based on my chips, the safest place that I could be.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I do want to give to Doc his time to work in the lab. I'm just trying to think about whether there's a safer way than having two random civilians just post up and hope and pray that we're not going to get eaten alive.
He pauses for a second and says, "Well, there is one thing to consider with regards to that. The alternative is actually, in a certain sense, you could drop me off. I know, familiar with the laboratories. It's been a while since I've been on Tennyson, but I am familiar with the laboratories here.
Okay.
The laboratories are not relatively far away. Walking, you're talking 4 or 5 hours, but I don't even think it needs to be that, depending on the condition of tram system, transportation. Maybe we could find some. Would be faster to get Rosebud. Once I'm in there, might need a little help, but I could find a secure location for myself."
All right. All right. That sounds promising. Coley, you've been wistful and deep in thought over there. What's cooking in that big brain of yours?
um, just not sure what we're going to see when we open that door.
Yeah, it's a good point. We all said we're gonna get to Rhea, but being promised that, I was surprised. Honestly, I feel like there's more between this elevator and Rhea. Is there not?
Billy just says, there's the more fatalistic Fred. That's what I was expecting. And Joanna's just like, better to have a plan. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
no givens, but I'd at least like to believe that we'll get to wherever we want to get to. That's how I'm going to
sure.
get there.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, sure, yeah, I'm fatalistic. That's true, but I just meant like there is actually physically a thing, a place, a trail even between us and Rhea, right? Like, what are we gonna do to cover that ground?
Well,
Sprint?
Billy laughs at that. He's like, "Yeah, that'll be a great idea." And Maison just says, "Hopefully it won't come to that, because right now where we're at, it is actually about a 3-hour walk to the nearest station, and
Oh
that's
shit!
on this pylon."
Right, that's
However,
the main Titan station, yeah.
however, if the transit is running, absolutely faster. I would say. Let me look at my. Oh, it actually would be on this, wouldn't it? Let's look at the map. Let's look at the map together, everybody. By that I mean this picture of Tennyson Station. Um. Uh. He says, Tennyson, being efficient as it ever is, the tram itself will probably take an hour and a half between the pylons.
And it gives us a safe mode of transportation, so as long as we have that purged and cleared, we should be maybe okay.
Alternatively, there is actually a faster way.
A
Cut
super
out
tram?
20 to 30 minutes if you. The way that the transit system the general transportation on this station works is twofold. The lower deck, where that's going to be actually below us when we exit this elevator. That is where the tram actually sits. When we exit, there's an entire road system that actually also rings above. We're able to find some transportation. Typically, they're just electronic carts. They're not super fast, but they're going to be a little bit faster than the tram. And it's a straight shot. Think of it as like a big highway that rings around the entire station. And it just sits on the deck right above the tram.
All right.
And there's access to that. Well, when we open up onto the central station for Titan Pylon, it'll actually be kind of open, you'll see. It'll look just like a street. Not any turns or anything. It's just one big long road that circles the entire station from the outside.
B. And is that shut down still for the Iapetus?
I actually Quincy takes a moment and they kind of like look over some of the notes they made on like the damage and says, based on some of the damage reports I was able to pull, as well as the observations I made, seems like the damage is localized to the tram, not where that not to that deck where you have access for the cars. No.
Interesting. Out of character, I forget. My parents are in Rhea, yeah?
Yes.
Or are they no? Okay. So we don't actually necessarily need Abaddus. We're just okay. Back in character, say, well, that is mighty interesting. Well, in that case, sure. Why not try to take the highway? Try to go fast.
But Billy just says, yeah, don't worry. I know how to jumpstart a car. You know, 'cause I need to know how to do that in case anybody does that.
Yeah, it
'Cause
taught
it's
you that
illegal.
in they taught you that in the middle sectary school, yeah?
Yeah, Milsec school.
Yeah.
Then yeah, Joanna just says, all right. Then just to clarify, we're going straight to Rhea first then.
Yeah. Did we need to? And we're gonna be doubling back for Titan.
Seems like a fair enough plan for me. And when you say that you're doubling back, Maison facial features kind of stiffen and he says, I suppose so.
I mean, let me ask you one last question, Doc. What? I'm asking hypothetical because I recognize that you're pulling numbers out of your ass. So, what kind of timeline are you looking at? Like, if you get in there, it only takes like what, a day to really do your studies and figure out if there's even a path forward, or because we got what, 5 days, 4 days left.
Roughly.
So
I would say since you guys it's been, you guys took around 5 hours of rest. And you guys are about hour 21. You're actually about hour 21, 22 into still the first day, technically speaking. Time is relative. Time is a construct. That's not topical or thematic.
This is one of those funny moments to me where I'm going to remind the audience that Isaac behind the scenes was like, "Yeah, guys, this is going to be like 4 sessions."
Gosh.
I'm not
It's
upset. It's just funny.
fine. Listen, better to undershoot than overshoot.
That's nothing.
You're welcome.
Better to shoot.
Better to shoot.
Better to have shot and missed than never to have shot at all.
that is Billy's motto. Oh my god, incredible. So yeah,
You miss 100% of the shots you take.
God damn. But yeah, Joanna, Mazon says, I don't see it taking me more than a day. I mean, even with the scale of what's happened here, I know I will be able to find some information in contingency. So I want to reassure you, there would be contingencies for when this happened. Part of the reason why I was actually sent.
Right, that makes it. And you guys have already done the research. You guys have already made a safe version, so this is really just going back over old notes in that case. So yeah. All right. So that was my last question, but let me ask you the last question. I skipped one. What kind of infection rate is there? If we get over to the lab first and try to quell the infection, I mean, less murder machines is better than more, but like, what's one day? What's one day's difference if we head to Rhea first versus heading to the lab first?
He pauses. And
Cat hair.
he says, well, and he swallows when he says, before he says this, predictive models of outbreak are in line, if not slightly accelerated.
You know, I actually appreciate that you guys already have data for that. That just sort of makes me happy in a sad way.
I mean,
So, but that also, what does it mean on track or accelerated? Like, so if it's not, what kind of numbers were you looking at? Like, how many days would Tennyson have left before it was just consumed
well,
by these creatures?
without knowing the status of Rhea, and without knowing the exact starting date, estimating about a month for when it started, he takes a moment. And given where it's at right now,
Fuck
probably week and a half.
For the whole station, like a station goes from healthy to dead, reanimated in a week and a half.
He nods slowly.
All right,
Well, he nods slowly with the asterisk, saying, "Remember, it's actually already been a month. Estimate. If you track the reports when things started going downhill, they actually started about a month ago.
That's true, which would explain why. Which would
And these
explain
things,
what. Oh, which would explain the fact that I think ads are about to start.
which explains why. And then suddenly an ad for a new toothpaste goes across your helmet visor, and you're like, God damn it!
Quincy, we really got to figure out something about this.
Quincy says, I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Quincy, I don't care.
They play directly into my head. I just kind of tune them out.
Yeah, but I can't do it. I don't love when this my visuals. I don't care that I get 2 credits whenever this happens. I'm already. This job was supposed to be like 800 credits. What? Truly, what is $2?
After Quincy says that, they like kind of stare off into the distance for a second, and you notice them kind of bobbing their head, starting to hum a jingle, and they're like,
No, I swear.
"Oh,
I
I'm
swear
sorry,
to
I got
God.
distracted."
I swear to God, if you're humming Credit Karma again.
Incredible. What a nightmare. What an actual nightmare. You know, it's funny the way what has happened. I saw Sean cover his screen. Now I'm scared that something has happened to Sean. Sean is having a
No,
real
I'm
life
good.
horror experience.
I'm fine.
What a nightmare though. Like I'm it's funny. I think rules as written, the androids are supposed to be like uncanny from like the alien perspective, right? Of like, oh, it's an android. They're like really creepy and stuff. And I like that I've just gone the circuitous route of no, it's just a nightmare for the androids too. It's just bad for them too.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not good for anyone. Certainly not any of the robots either. They're not having a good time.
None of the robots.
I am scared though. Sean, what has happened? Why have you masked your presence? Is the masquerade there to say hi? I think they went to the restroom is what's happened.
Probably, yeah.
Well, what have you been up to, Jackson? It's been 2 weeks.
Oh gosh, like IRL. Actually, we did do something pretty cool. We went to a Distant World Symphony about a week ago. That's why I was. It's the Final Fantasy Symphony. That was super cool. It was super great. Great music. Always a wonderful time. Highly recommend. It was really funny because there were a couple like guest stars that came like the like kind of big names in the Final Fantasy 14 like era or the circle of people. Like the lead translator dude like happened to be in attendance. He was literally just in the crowd. So at one point like the show's going on and they're like, yeah, in attendance, by the way, is Michael Christopher Koji Fox. And they, like, turn the spotlight literally to the audience, and he stands up and bows. Just kind of does, like, a whole, like, wave high, and then just sits back down in his chair. And they're like, okay, yeah, time for music.
And secretly he's like, God damn it, I knew I should have told him I was here.
Yeah, I don't know, like, whether that was, yeah. I mean, it did come up at the final... Yeah, he did come up at like the final moment and take a bow with everyone. So like it was the standard guy who's always there. He's the music conductor. They got the singer for Final Fantasy 14, Amanda. Her name is hard. Her name is her last name is simple, but it's pronounced in a difficult way. It's like Amanda Oken, I think it is. Aken. I think it's like Aken. It's like Achen.
Huh.
So I would say like Aiken or something like that, or Action or something. So anyway.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she was there too. That was super cool. That was probably the highlight of last weekend, and then this weekend was just kind of working, sleeping.
Well,
I did.
glad you had a good show. You did.
Yeah, I did. Um, I did. This is like so mundane. But I got my teeth worked down real good by Savannah, because she's a dental hygienist. So she found a new office to work for, which has been super cool, and she loves it. And the doctor's super chill and was just like, "Hey, bring him on by, do the Lord's work on him." So, yeah, she really messed my teeth up in a good way.
Wow.
So,
You got so many teeth now.
yeah, I got all the teeth.
So many teeth, dude. They say that you got to have your backups. That's why they pull out the wisdom teeth to make space for the backup teeth.
It's true, yeah. So, funnily enough, so I'm 34, right? I didn't get my wisdom teeth out until 2018, I think.
I was gonna
I
say
was
that's
like,
about the same time I got mine out. I was like almost 30, if not that. Yeah.
yeah,
I think it
I
was
got mine
28.
taken out at like 2020, somewhere around there.
right, yeah, I remember those were
Those
giving
are
me some.
wild years. The world wanted our teeth.
Yeah. Well, it was the I mean, different scenarios for all of us, but 2018 was the first time that I was like, I have acquired a small amount of actual dollars. Let me go take care of this thing that's been in my mouth for like 6, 7, 8 years of my adulthood at this point.
I don't. If there's anything that I'm like, I gotta keep. I think everybody has one. Some people have doctors. Some people have therapy. Mine is dentist because my teeth were bad, and I felt bad, and I take so much better care of my teeth now.
I
So
still got the crooked teeth. They're talking about trying to get me Invisalign at the doctor's office there. So maybe in my 40s I'll have straight teeth or something like that. That'll be nuts.
And that's the last ad you saw after the ad break. Welcome back from the ad break,
Welcome
everybody.
back. I know Sean, we were like, why are we talking about this? Which is
Uh-huh.
fair. We are back from ads.
So, yeah, glad you had a good show. But welcome back. Now I'm like, fuck. What was the last thing we were saying? Um.
We were talking about the timeline
Oh
of. Oh yeah, what's up?
no, you go. No, you go.
So I say, so I reply basically being like, well, it's been a month, which does explain why Titan is completely decimated. There might genuinely not be a living soul on Titan at this point. I mean, except for the newly living souls.
When you say that, you can hear kind of like some ambience in the background. You guys are pretty much like there, like the door is like ready to be open, you'll be out. So like you've been hearing sounds in the background, and you say that like thinking about it, but definitely in the distance every now and then you might hear the sounds of a scuffle, maybe a gunshot really distantly, way far away. But like in a way that's not like, okay, we got to go deal with that now. You are hearing like ambient sound
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
distance. So very, very distant, very faint, but um, whatever's still happening here is still happening, but it's not like completely. It's also not completely pandemonium at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, to which, yeah, Quincy replies, "Makes sense. That would be in line with the records I found regarding the census of population. And definitely it was accelerating. Those up until they stopped taking record about a week or two ago. I don't remember when I said. So it was already showing an increase, a dramatic increase. and Maison just says that seems about right. So as long as we don't dwell on Rhea very long, get me to laboratory. Will take time. Will take research, but I think I can do it.
All right, yeah, actually, that's. Maybe we'll go for the. Maybe we'll go for this first then.
All right. Either way, we should at least get our bearings. And hey, Joanna nods at both of you, Colia and Fred, and just says, "Might be able to hit Daimon on the way."
If I can get some real low quality sushi, like stuff where it's like that salmon probably isn't even actually salmon.
I mean, unless they at best import it from Iapetus, I don't see where that salmon's gonna be coming from.
It's like it's salmon, but it's got like three quotes around it. It's like it's not just salmon, it's salmon.
Lydia just says, "I don't know. The synthesized salmon isn't too bad." How do you feel about this fish talk, Colia?
I'm sweating.
Synthesized salmon is like the last thing I want to. I mean, it's cheaper. It's like half price.
Are we going or no? I'm a little.
I didn't want to, but we probably should, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're stalling at this point. All right. Here goes nothing. Joanna takes her finger off of the closed door button. And there's like a second, another ding, and the doors eke open. That kind of the sound of elevator doors parting as they make that gliding noise. The first thing you guys see. Let's see. No, I definitely don't. Not that. Not that. Boy, this is quiet. You guys. Open one more thing. Hold on. Hold on and open one more thing. I hope this doesn't open on the side that I think it's going to open. Oh, no, it's going to. Stop it, Photoshop. Not there. No, Photoshop. Spoilers. That's not finished yet. You guys open up into a kind of like seating waiting area with two exits on each side. And you kind of like look around. Inside this kind of like seated area, the lights are on. So it seems like the power is on in this area. You do see kind of like a basic kind of like layout map on one of the walls that says like Titan Central Station across the top. And then you see kind of like the general deck layout But across it, you see the words written, scrawled across them. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Not that one. Oh no, I didn't delete that. I would never do that. Yes. Making a decision here. You see some text. You see a lot more than just a couple words. It was like, maybe this is a couple words. No, this is definitely more than words. You see this scrawled across it, kind of obscuring the map a little bit too, so it's difficult to read. Wow, it's really difficult to read. Boop. And this is like written, I'm gonna say it's like written in thick black letters in what seems to be like paint.
Okay. It's still like grayed out.
What? Wait, you can't see this?
I can see it, but it's
Does
like
does it not show words?
oh, it's in a box. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
That was weird. I don't know what happened to it. It was fine for me. I was like, huh.
Should one of us be reading this out loud?
If you wanna.
Guess that's me. Don't know what to make of this anymore. At first, the infection reared its ugly identity to terrorize the human denizens of this intergalactic metropolis with equitable disgust. Men and women alike were slowly consumed indiscriminately by its unbiased maw. But the man continued the indescribable horror that can only be compared to cannibalization by virtue in the face of destructive vitriol. Men abandoning their lovers for their own selfish protection. Mothers throwing their babes to the slaughter of a faceless and terrible monstrosity in hopes of an unpromised salvation. Consumption that rivaled the dreaded consumer itself. An evisceration of the mind before the very flesh that sought to devour it. A detestable display of humanity failing simply by lacking compassion. All that is left now are those that weakly support each other, as the monstrosity feels its gullet. Members and citizens of the SR Astral necropolis. They will at last this itinerary of lunacy, simply because they refuse to fall victim to its own nature, to their own nature, as aware of it as they may be. It is these few that will champion this trial they are made volunteer to, and be rewarded the scars of this eternally intimate nightmare. Iago.
Long pause.
I think we're going to find a lot of helpful survivors here.
I mean, Sounds like somebody's still out there.
Or was.
Fred,
Yes.
just picking your brain.
Not much to pick out of it.
Quincy does point and just says, looks like we're slightly... They seem a little uneasy. A little outward from the main portion of the deck. They point at it. I believe, Maison, that right there is what you were saying was the transit road? And Maison kind of sheepishly nods. And they just say, Quincy just says, just down the hall this way. Shouldn't be too far away. So yeah, you guys kind of trek down a hallway. It is... I'm gonna say it is nicer in some ways than, say, like the maintenance area. But in other ways, it's not near as well put together as like the a lot of the like corridors, especially the front-facing corridors of the dock. It's a little bit more lived. You do see graffiti along the walls as you're walking through, and you approach an exit that just says top deck central transit, and Joanna opens the door. The door seems to be functioning perfectly fine, and you guys look out, and it's fairly quiet. Maybe off in the distance you hear the crackle of what sounds like a fire, and you see the glint of a fire in the distance. There is, as you look around, there are signs of like kind of debris building up. You can see some of these kind of electric carts that Dr. Maison was talking about, but a lot of them, just from a glance, look in disrepair. And as you look out, it looks like... Fred, you've been on Earth, but Kolya has not been on Earth, correct?
Correct.
Fred, you're familiar with actually kind of the layout. Aside from obviously there being a roof, this looks almost like just an open road that stretches from left to right. There's like a couple of buildings. They almost look like miniature little like convenience stores and stuff like that. One off in the distance, another one on the opposite side. And there are like stalls where cars can go to get charged. I'm gonna say like one of the buildings looks in rough shape. It's not looking very, very good. The other one maybe looks a little bit more accessible. The only other thing you guys notice is that you don't see anything, but there is the sound of other things being present at the moment. You can't see anything right now, but you definitely get a kind of chill to whether or not your hairs kind of stand on end a little bit. What do each of you want to try to do first?
Coley is just kind of checking for vents right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will
I'll look.
say.
Oh, go,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No, I actually realized that Sean said the thing, and you were about to reply to that, and I was like, feel free to resolve that.
Yeah. I will say you're able to like take stock. You definitely see a couple of locations on the roof as well. Um, uh, there's they're kind of spaced evenly along the sides. Across the top, they're like pretty big, like round incandescent lights that just kind of shine down. That do their best to light the space, but it doesn't light it completely, so it's like in between. It's like there's like a little bit of dimness, almost like a street light. Think of like a street light at night. That kind of level of vision. Um, and it lights it across the top. A couple of them are out and seem to be in disrepair, so it's definitely darker than it would normally be. Um, and the only other thing that you guys see is there's a couple of stairs on both sides that lead down, and that lead up. The ones that lead down say they lead down to transit access, and the ones that lead up go up to residential. They say they lead up to residential.
Was it up that was also where that like super tram was, or was it just like a car? I actually forget exactly what the
I assume
go
that would be
very
in
fast.
transit.
What's up?
I assume that would be in transit.
Oh, okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought that was up.
Mm-hmm. So the
So
deck that you're on, also on the ends, you see essentially two very large passages, like almost like giant warehouse doors that are both open. And the road, like you see a strip of road leading left to right that runs through those passages that you can deduce is the personal transit. Essentially, there's a personal transit system if you have one of these like little they almost look like little golf carts that runs the whole ring. That's like a public transport. Um, and then right underneath that, if you go downstairs, is the entire transit tram system, which is just like a railroad or an elect. I guess it's not a railroad, but you know, an electric rail train for public use, for pedestrian use. There, that's the term I want to use. So yeah.
Um,
Go ahead.
I might have missed it. I was looking for vents.
Yes, you see a couple of vents. They're mainly on the walls that you can see. Um, the main vent accesses you see are kind of lined about 15 meters apart. There's like 15 meters away from you to the right. And they're in varying. I will say they're in varying levels of disrepair. Some of them are broken open. Some of them are sealed shut already, though. So you see like boarding, like wood boards, metal boards, uh, things that have been used to cover them. One or two even have some of that foam, uh, with like a spent fire extinguisher in front of them. That seem to have been abandoned there. Um, and yeah, uh, the only other thing of note that you see is like a couple of the buildings. You see like some of the ventilation tubing actually reaches from like the ceiling and the walls into those structures.
Okay. About how large are these vents? Are they like
Definitely large enough that you could fit your shoulders and like body horizontally through them.
okay? Is there seating in this area?
I'm gonna say there is a couple of benches. You could walk up. I would say to walk up and down this area. It's fairly big. Would take you about 30 minutes from one end to the other. So it's fairly large in
wow.
here.
Gotcha. That's bigger than I realized.
Yes, this is like an
Um,
open area, and this would be. You've never seen a road before. This is unfamiliar to you. This is alien to you, Colia.
mhm. Um, how secure are those benches like the seat like are they sealed onto the floor or are they freestanding?
They're like park benches. They're bolted to the floor, though. You do see one spot where there would have been one that it seems to have been moved and removed.
Probably not worth the time and effort to try and plug up the rest of these vents, is it?
No, it really feels like this is a pretty wide out place, and I feel really exposed around here right now.
Yes, let's get to move on.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Quincy does say, uh, good news is we ever need someplace to hide. Passage behind us and the opposite side, there's a couple of side passages. They would be more cloistered, but we definitely wouldn't be so out in the open.
All right, well, appreciate that.
It's only a
Honestly.
good thing if we're not locked in there with them. If we have in our minds that we're going to retreat into one of those, we should probably be checking them before we have to do that. We don't want to run to one in a moment of need and find that there's something waiting for us.
Agreed.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
We could case this, see if. And Joanna looks around and says, I'm hopeful we get lucky, but how good are you at automotive repair, Red?
Better than some, worse than others. Done it before. I wouldn't call myself an aficionado of auto repairing, but tinkered with one or two.
Well, might as well give it a look, I guess.
Yes, let's get to move on.
I can't believe I actually sort of used aficionado correctly. I I sort of love the idea of out of character. I sort of love the idea of Fred who sounds very uneducated to either honestly to either correctly or incorrectly throw out large words because either work very well, like both are out of place.
Hey, you've got some engineer in you. You're just educated in specific things. You can
True.
read a book about the things that you need to read.
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah. Yeah, you so do you guys what are you guys focusing on at the moment? Or do you
Yeah,
have any
if there's
questions?
if there's like an automobile nearby to repair, then
Yeah, we
I
should
guess
start with that.
yeah.
I would say this is a technical roll. Fred, just roll a d10.
Just a
Roll a
regular
d10.
old D10.
Just roll a good old d10. Give me a
Okay.
number.
Your number is 4.
Okay. You guys take about. I'm gonna say you guys take about.
4 hours. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys take about.
40 hours.
You guys take about 35 minutes
four,
and are looking
4 days.
around, and you guys are able to narrow it down to almost the combination of 4 vehicles to be able to be like, if we screwed these apart and put them back together, we could theoretically make one working car. The biggest thing that you've noticed that is really hard to find though is like a power supply. It seems like they're the batteries and the power supplies of like a large majority of these kind of like car husks are just missing, absent entirely, with a couple that have been destroyed. Uh, you are able to like find one that seems to have a working condition battery, but the battery is dead. Um, Other than that, between these 4 cars, you can find one that has all the wheels, one that has a decent frame, and one that has seemingly most of its lights functioning.
I look at all these and say, "Oh boy, call me Frankenstein because I'm about to make a monster."
As you say that, um, you do. I'm gonna say like you guys are. The one that you found that has the battery is actually the closest. No, I'll make this inconvenient. Uh, you guys have like determined because the last one, the hardest one that was to find was the one with the battery. Is actually the farthest from a kind of like convenience station that has one of these charging ports. And as you say that, a tumbling noise from a there's a tumbling noise from a nearby vent. And Joanna ducks down, and you see everybody duck down. You guys around you, there is what is making? Oh, that is what's making noise. For a second, I was like, what is making noise right now? Uh, uh, Everyone kind of ducks down. There's like a couple of wreckages around you. There's one of those park benches. Um, there's like maybe a dumpster nearby. What do you guys do? There is cover.
Um, are we anywhere remotely close to one of those like side rooms? One of those side halls?
Um, yeah. I'll say you guys are like opposite. You guys are like opposite from where you started. And there's another there's a door like about 20 meters away.
Kolya's gonna make for the door. He's gonna try and do it quietly though.
Okay. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna start tinkering, but with the tumbling and whatnot, go ahead and. I actually really weigh my options about whether I go with Collier or not because two people in one spot might be worse. Maybe if I found my own spot, but
Up to you.
I start to walk behind him. Yeah, stick together.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to make it to the door.
Stick with the plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say Lydia follows you guys and Billy stays behind with Maison. They kind of like, you guys get a little bit separated and they're hunkered behind like a like a big like a big garbage day garbage can. Why can't I dumpster? They're hunkered behind a dumpster. And they're like glancing between you and them, and they're like they ended up like going a little bit in the opposite direction, and they're now like 25 meters away. And like between you guys, you see if you're like peeking out from around the corner, you guys are able to open this door, and a figure, kind of you stop hearing the sound for a moment and you see a figure kind of like slowly creep out from the vent and start looking around. Everyone give me a fear save.
Wee.
Give me roll them bones.
Oh no!
Don't know. Sean,
That's an
are you
88.
No fucking way.
That's an 88.
I regret
Well-
going with Collier.
First off, I definitely know.
You can't read that at all. It's way
I
too
definitely
No,
know.
actually, I did read it. It was readable.
nice.
Huh. Oh, and Quincy.
I
I lost track
rolled-
of Quincy and Joanna. But what'd you get, Frad?
I got a 10.
Hey, your crit fail,
Who
Sean,
wasn't
is
gonna pass? I didn't know I was gonna get an 88.
Sean. You take one stress.
Yeah,
I know
that's-
exactly
that's
how you
fair.
crit fail. I'm not gonna explain myself. That's Mila.
Give me a second to process that.
That's Mila, and they are starting to walk your guys' direction. Fred, you're like behind. You don't see, but you do hear something stepping your way.
So did
And
we
you
have
notice-
the door cracked then, like
Yes.
so that we could see through it? Kolya
Yes.
just has his face like pressed into the crack, and he's just muttering, "No, no, 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 no," like a little too loud.
Uh-huh.
No, 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 no. It couldn't. It can't.
This
No.
and
There's
You-
still time.
in response to that, you hear kind of like a subtle hissing. Or Fred, you hear a subtle hissing from the direction of the door, and the hissing Kolya sees. It sounds like it's coming from Mila.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We can still fix this. We can
Um,
still fix this.
No, it's fine. We can find another door. Kalia, we don't need to. If there's hissing coming from that door, we can find another door.
I'm gonna say retconny. Quincy made it with you guys, and Joanna got stuck with uh, it's you, Lydia, and Quincy, and then Joanna, Maison, and Billy are outside. Gotta keep track of how many people there are. So many of you guys.
There's a lot of people.
We gotta call your guys' numbers.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm working on it.
Uh-huh. But yeah. And they seem drawn to you, Colia, as you're muttering. Fred, what do you do?
Because Kalia is not moving toward. Because we hear sounds from the door. Kalia is not moving towards the door.
Colia's like in the door in a certain sense.
Yeah, my face is like wedged in the like gap of the open door.
I grab Kolia's arm. I don't pull you yet. I'm not like trying to jerk you. I just grab you.
Touch me!
What the hell's going on, dude?
Do not see her?
No! Who her?
Joanna over the comm says, "What's going on over there? Who? That thing?"
The thing. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late.
Yeah, I don't really see what's on the other side of the door, but I kind of hear it though. It doesn't sound human.
It's getting closer, guys. We need to back off or close the door. I don't know. And Joanna just says, "Don't worry about us. We're actually fine over here. It seems that it's on you. Do you need us to do something? Do you want us to get its attention?"
Oh my gosh! All right, well, we're about to be pincered.
Does it still seem like Mila to me?
Yes.
Okay.
You crit failed.
I start opening the door.
Oh,
I start opening the door.
What?
No,
Joanna sees you start opening the door, and she grabs you. Colia, go ahead and give me a body save.
Joanna?
Yeah.
I thought Joanna was with you.
My bad. Lydia grabs you. Thank you. Sorry. So many of you guys. Lydia grabs you.
Okay.
Feel it, honestly.
What, body check?
Yeah. And I will say... I know how to determine this. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you have advantage on this body save.
I have advantage. Okay. Got it. I still failed. My body is quite bad. It's a 26.
Then, in context, I will say, Fred, you see this. Lydia, like, grabs Colia and from behind the shoulders and like start like wrestling with each other and are making much more noise, like audibly, and like has wrapped an arm around like your collarbone a little bit and is like really struggling to pull you away from the door. And as you are doing that, Colia, you see Mila look up and like crouch forward and open her mouth and lets out a hissing screech. And is staggering towards the door.
Yeah, we gotta go.
But
I think I grab another.
Yeah, you've been wrestled away from the door, but are like essentially like in a kind of full Nelson, a very awkward full Nelson. Colia, yeah, Fred, are you gonna go close the door?
Yeah, I'll close the door, and then I think I'm gonna try to grab Kolya and pull him into a sprint if I can to start
Okay.
running because we're about to be gotten.
Kolya doesn't come willingly. Kolya's like, Kolya, if you like start trying to pull Kolya away, Kolya just says, "Don't take me away from her.
That
I'm
thing's
not
not
going to go
human.
away again."
We're about to get hit from both ends.
Whatever's
What do you
gotten
mean?
into you, man, you gotta chill out.
There's a monster behind us, and that thing in front of us was not human in the slightest.
What is behind us?
I'm gonna say you're able to close the door, but when you say that, you hear like something slam up against the door, and you hear Joanna just say, "What the hell is happening in there?"
And we're all fucked. That's what's happening. We need to get out of here right now. How the thing's not
Do I
inside
see
our...
something behind us?
You see the door start
Not
being
that, not the direction we came from. If
Oh,
I
behind you.
understood correctly, yeah.
Yes. And yeah, I will say like Lydia like yanked you away from the door that you're no longer facing the door. You see a passageway in front of you. That kind of hooks around to the right.
Gotcha. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I swear on... I don't know what that door... That was not human. That was a monster.
And
You said
as
you saw something else.
Yes. Its jaws did the thing. Out of character.
No.
Did we see that? Did anybody else see that actually?
uh,
I'm trying. You said we were about to get pincered. I'm trying to understand what you meant by that.
yes.
Oh,
All you know so far is that there's only been one. You can only confirm that there's one creature. You guys, right now, the creature is on. You were able to successfully close the door, but if you look at the door, you're noticing it's slowly getting pried open. Actually, like.
Okay. Sorry. I thought that there was something coming from a different direction, and we were going towards the door to hide.
Mm-hmm.
No, the door is the door that we have been at this whole time.
Yes.
Gotcha. I've completely been sorry. I think my brain fried about a half hour ago, and I've still been trying to.
You're good. I definitely think we're close to a stopping point. I think we're pretty close to a stopping point. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I completely had the scene mixed up. So I guess what I really say to try to re-establish myself, I'll say, we need to pull you out of this. I swear to, don't have anything to swear on. What we heard behind that door was not human. A human doesn't make those sounds.
And as you say that, you hear
So
snarling as the door is slowly being pried open.
leaning into the idea that this was a fear save that I failed rather than a sanity save.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what I'm going to do, I will still play into the idea that this is like not, a good thing to be doing. But I think Kolya says, if you're right, if that is not her, then it is not too late. God, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here, you understand?
Yeah,
We should never have come here.
that's
I
on
just get
me.
home, and I turn away from the door, and I just start running.
Okay.
I'm not logging where I'm going. I'm just running.
Okay.
I'm going with him.
Okay. Yeah, you
This
guys.
feels like we're getting out of the sauce to me. So
Yeah.
yeah, I start running with him. Like, let's take a sprint.
Yeah, you guys take a sprint down the hallway. Let me see. You guys take a sprint down the hallway, and there's like a little bit of hallway for a while. You do find like a side room that you're able to get into. That's like kind of like a general purpose like mechanical area. Um, so like it's got like a couple lockers. It's got like a couple of like storage shelves and like some just general industrial stuff kind of scattered around and mechanical things. Just based on raw numbers, you bolt, but like weirdly enough, like Fred, you notice that Colia is like running, and you like run a little bit ahead of them because you're like barely faster, but you guys are pretty much right next to each other.
By one, honestly, we might even be neck and neck because Cully had a head start. So takes me a little bit of time to pass up. I do say, I guess as we get there, I say let's lay low. If I can't make words, let's lay low here. If we can get back there, or if I can get back there, I can repair a car and get us on the road. Outrun these things faster than our legs can take us.
uh, as you say that, you like are speaking to Colia right now. Lydia, yeah, Lydia, like 5 seconds later, like jogs up and is like, "What are you guys talking about?" And you hear
Has to be fuel on this godforsaken station somewhere.
you hear something echo down the hallway, and Quincy is nowhere to be seen. But you can hear them running.
Are there any other exits from this room other than the way we went in?
Yes, I'm going to say there are two exits. One that says like um uh station municipals, and the other one that just leads off saying that just says exit above it.
Okay. So municipals and exit. I'm gonna step back out into the hallway and see if I can see Quincy.
Quincy is, I'm gonna say like these hallways have like ridged sides to it, and you see Quincy like ducked up against one of these ridges, and at the very end, turning the corner, you see Mila peek around. Man, Colia, why do you keep on being the one looking at this?
Look, someone's got to be doing it.
I could describe it so differently if it wasn't specifically Colia looking at this.
Um. So that's difficult then. How to help Quincy? Oh.
You got your three options. And there's an ad coming. Oh no, that'll give you a minute to think. And then an ad for
No, I
running
had a thought
shoes.
for a really upsetting thing I could do, but it doesn't. Not only does it feel too early for that, it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel right for the character.
Okay.
But I want to go get Quincy. I have a very specific reason that I want to make sure that I get Quincy here, but I don't know if that's gonna be in the cards.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you always have three options. Survive, save, and the third one.
Solve.
Solve, thank you.
How far along were we in fixing that car, by the way?
You know you can do it. You just now need to
Okay.
Currently right now, I would say like it makes sense for your character to be like at the moment you guys are in the understanding that obviously like you do need to deal with one being here right now, but as soon as you can ward it off or be able to avoid it or whatever, you can start accruing the parts to get one of these cars working again.
So the answer is pretty far off, still.
Yeah. So I will say,
Alright.
like, I don't see this encounter lasting too much longer, actually. Unless something really goes sideways.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, we gotta wrap up soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of gas personally. Like I'm waking up way too early.
You look like you're falling asleep.
Yeah.
Don't die on me. We're almost there. You can make it. Honestly, I'm very happy. I definitely it's a part the kimono, and it's probably obvious. I definitely planned way more for the wake up part. But I am very glad where we're at right now. This gives me a lot to try to like prepare for next week. Uh, and I let man, hey, I think your character Sean is the definition of failure can be very interesting, Sean.
Uh-huh.
I was not anticipating to give your character the biggest heart attack of their life immediately as you proceed to immediately this happened last time too. Your character pretty quickly started having existential crises.
This is just my MO.
Uh-huh. This is actually you're connecting. How's Fred feeling right now? It sounds like they're just on mission mode at the moment.
I don't think Jackson has the brain cells right now to do anything other than mission mode.
That's fair. To be fair, you let off pretty strong, honestly, Jackson. You did really well at the start. I liked that conversation we had with Bill, and then I liked a lot of the interactions in the elevator that you had
I
before
appreciate him.
we go.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it was a good run for a little bit. I just kind of hit the wall around 45 minutes ago. Just kind
I
of
mean,
reached my end.
that sounds about right. I mean, I want to shoot for about 10:30 as a stopping point, so I think we can. I'm gonna shoot for a 15-minute wrap up, no more than that. I'm going for it. I promise. I'm gunning for it. So, and the ads are gonna end any second now. They're coming. They're going.
They're over for me.
It's 10 seconds on my end, but they're probably done then. So, welcome back from ads, everyone. Quincy is a little bit pinned. I will say from your perspective, it does not look. Mila sees you actually, Polia. It doesn't seem that they see Quincy.
Interesting. Um, Okay. I step out into the hall.
Okay. Do you arm or prep or stance or anything?
I just look at Quincy and I sort of try to quietly gesture away. I'm trying to like communicate to him that or to them that once Mila passes them on their way to me, that Quincy can go back the way we came safely. So I'm just like,
Okay. When you say that, you notice Quincy gripping a crowbar. Uh, and Mila cocks their head to the side a little bit and looks directly at you, Colia. Fred, what are you doing?
Hand in the gun. I'm still in this room, but Kolya actually seems like he has a plan.
He has some kind of plan.
So I'm willing to wait to see the big move and kind of follow up on that.
Frantically, Lydia's like in the back, kind of like, uh, she is. She's found a canister and is like dragging it. It's like a gas canister.
yeah, mic trouble.
Oh, Mike back. What was the last thing I said? What was the last thing I said?
Dragging a gas canister.
She's dragging like a gas canister, like almost like a propane tank. And says, "This worked last time, Fred."
Oh? Are you about to go make it boom?
Um, you hit the last thing, right?
That was explosives. Which I guess this can be too.
And she drags it. I'm gonna say like you're at like a doorway, Colia, and she drags it up to you, and Mila is starting. They haven't actually broken in a straight sprint, and they seem to be tilting their head side to side, almost like a strange, inquisitive motion, but they're coming your direction.
Have they passed Quincy yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
And
I just sort of slowly retrieve the lighter from my pack.
and she just says, "This will help." And she like backs up and like finds a locker and just locks herself in the locker.
I look over to Lydia like, what the hell did you just do?
You just hear a muffled. You hear a muffled inside. I don't know.
Is the gas canister just like laying on the ground at my feet?
Yes, and it's like kind of on its side, like you could roll it.
Okay. I slowly crouch down, and behind my hand, so it's hopefully not visible to Mila, I light the lighter. And I'm just gonna start heating up this gas canister.
Oh no.
As you say that,
Backing away as well.
Quincy, it's staggered in like line with Quincy and then takes steps past Quincy.
I gesture.
Gotcha. They walk back towards the they actually start walking away back to where you guys came from. And you hear over the comm, you hear Joanna's voice say, we see you at the end of the hall. Quincy's coming towards us. What's happening down there?
I'm sorry, Mila. And I roll the gas canister direction, and I take off.
Okay.
I've done as much as I know what to do with this, and I'm just hoping that she breaks it on accident.
I mean, there's a way to break it on purpose. Fred, you see.
I was gonna say, understand the big move. I step out and take a shot at the gas canister.
Okay. Simultaneously, for drama, combat roll from Jackson, from Fred, and I want stakes. Give me a simultaneous speed roll, unless you think there's something better that would help, Colia.
Okay.
For me?
Or either, honestly.
I mean, I don't know what else I would be adding here. Unless my knowledge of mining can help somehow. But I don't think so.
You would know, I'll put it this way, your knowledge of asteroid mining would give you a fair idea of how far away you need to be from that explosion to be safe.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm running to the exit and just gonna keep going. I'm not taking cover, I'm just running.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a 1, by the way.
Holy shit!
One.
Well,
Wow. Turns into the Flash.
You see, here's what happens. So go ahead and give me your roll. Fred.
Got a 17. This
Holy
is the
shit!
session where I cannot fail.
Okay, so yeah, here's the sequence of events. Alt tab, excuse me. That was weird. Don't ask. I had to click into a window to make Alt tab work. I don't know how that shit works. I need. First, need to use my other mouse. Don't take that out of context.
Also, I do.
Possible other context could there be?
Don't worry about it. What were you gonna say?
I do also, just thinking back to when your microphone messed up, it reminds me of how much microphones really, matter. Because, your normal voice is hello there, welcome to the stream. And, the other microphone is just yeah, guys, so, it was, so much higher.
Wait, that's not what my voice
it's,
sounds like, does it? Oh, no.
No, I mean, that's the thing, is that cheap microphones don't pick up bass at all.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the thing, but cheap microphones will cut the bass out of your voice just entirely.
Yeah.
All right. But this is what you see. Okay. You, Colia, bolt past. You bolt past Fred, who takes a shot almost like a second after you pass them. And when you bolt, Fred, you see the creature respond immediately and like crouch down on all fours to leap forward. And your shot connects with this canister.
Gas canister.
And fuck it. Cause he also heated it up. Roll me 4d10.
All right, 4d10.
I'm so glad me taking a lighter to this metal gas canister for 10 seconds did literally anything.
You know what? This is theater, baby. This is drama.
This is rule of cools. Do you want me to just add up the 4d10?
Yes.
Total is 22.
Okay.
Perfectly average.
Yeah.
Nice.
Said 22.
Yep.
I need a calculator.
What are you calculating?
Don't worry about it.
Isaac needs to know the airspeed velocity of the metal shards.
I mean,
African or European metal shards?
roll me one more d10.
All right.
That's for the extra shard. It was going really fast.
Yes.
It was going super fast. It was going 3 fast.
What's that bone say?
Oh, it was 3. That was
It's going 3 fast.
It's going 3 fast.
It's going 3 fast? Gotcha. Oh, when did that close? I have a feeling like my computer is screaming at me right now to stop doing what I'm doing at all times, because I swore I had a book open. I have to reopen it.
It's like,
again.
your computer's like, why do you have 7 separate instances of Photoshop open right now?
Uh-huh. Hey, only one, actually.
I believe it. Why do you have 7 separate instances of like oh gosh, what was that PDF like aggregation thing that we used to use? It's like Sumatra.
Oh, Sumatra.
Sumatra, yeah.
You hear this explosion behind you, Colia, and all of you smell this awful stench of like burnt flesh searing across like the top half and the face of this creature. This is what you see, Fred, and it lets out a howl and like is knocked up against a wall, and is like writhing for a second, and then like rights itself, and I'm gonna say just scrambles up along the ceiling and is able to find like a nook and a vent and squeezes into it, and you hear it making unintelligible noises as it goes off into the distance.
I shout into the I shout into the vent. Well, that's unsatisfied. Come back so I can kill you. This smells almost as bad as the elevator with Billy Blast.
As you say that, as you say that, you hear a howl come down from a different vent, but you don't hear anything coming yet. And I'll say I'll give you guys pretty much one more decision, if that makes sense. You'll have time to react to this. Nothing is here yet.
You know what? I really chose poorly by vocalizing. I'm just gonna head back to the cars right now. See you later. I start dashing back towards the cars and see if I could like hide under one of them or something like that.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna say there's like slits in this like locker, and Lydia sees you bolting away and like kind of creeps out, and like yeah, I think she starts following Fred and Colia. You're like bolting through, and I'm gonna say you can like make it. You like pass another room, and it seems to be like interestingly a bathroom with two exits and an entrance on one side and an exit on the other. And it's like it's actually a unisex bathroom. And you pass through and you go out the other end, and you're like all the way at the far end, and there's like a I'm gonna just say like a you find yourself in a room that looks like I'm trying to think how to describe this. That looks like it looks like a kind of like a touristy like little bookshop essentially. If you like bolt in and like look around, and to your surprise, you hear somebody go, "Psst,"
The
if
hell's
you heard that. You see from behind a counter, you see a hand pop up and like two eyes, and he's just like, over here, over here, over here.
I go over there.
And you crouch behind. You like jump over this counter and like crouch down, and there's three just guys hiding in behind this counter in this bookstore. And
What the hell are you?
you see him like raise a finger up against his lips, and another guy like forcefully cover your mouth. And a few minutes later, you hear something. There's another exit on the other side that loops back around, seemingly back into the main area. And something creeps in. You don't see it, but you hear it creeping around. And it passes through the room and heads down the direction you came from. And I think that's probably the best ending point we're gonna get. uh, that was harrowing, guys. You couldn't have made honestly, I couldn't have made that planned that scarier than the way that it came out. God damn. Well, good job. You survived my uh slight my slight car decision puzzle. It had multiple solutions, and you chose car. But yeah.
Car.
Darn it, I did the thing where I said something would be faster, so you guys did the faster thing. Don't worry, I'll make it clear that I'll have some kind of discussion next time, just being like, now might be more dangerous because you are in an open road, so but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyways, I'm good. I'm done torturing you guys. I'm done torturing Sean's character. Hey, honestly, I am most proud of like how we leaned into that. I think all of the interaction was really good tonight, and I hope you really enjoyed that dream, Sean. Because I'll put it this way: the next time you save a dream, You are gonna have a buck wild time. That's all I'm gonna say. I have something that now I'm sleeping on that I'm like, that'll come around eventually. Maybe, unless the dice are really mean to you. Listen,
That's
Jackson will
good.
get the nightmare next time.
Nightmare.
Nightmare. But yeah. Thanks for joining. What kind of ending closing feelings? I don't know. I mean, I'll give you. I actually will give you like a one free stress because you guys are moving towards Daimon Sushi. I would say that's
Against all
reassuring.
odds.
I'm on sushi.
What'd you say?
Against all odds. What's up?
No, what were you saying?
Oh, against all odds, I somehow have lost a couple stress this session.
Uh-huh.
I didn't actually fail a roll
I know.
in a game that is statistically likely to fail rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Sean.
And despite what it sounds like, I've only. No, I think I should have lost.
I think you
No, because I
think you
didn't lose a
bounced out.
stress. Yeah, for the first one. So yeah, I balanced out.
Yes.
Slowly creeping my. If I can keep rolls like that for the entire rest of like 2-3
Hey,
sessions,
you're learning how to
I'm-
use this gun. That's really all it comes down to. Is you're becoming familiar with how this gun works.
I have thought about asking how progression works in this game because we just haven't. But I figured maybe we're just not doing progression because it's like a single module or something like that.
Yeah, I'll double check. I might give some soft increase. It's like if you just use that gun long enough, I'll just be like, "Fuck! It's been like 3 days. You know how to use this gun now. You can get."
Yeah, there is firearms.
Technically, if we're talking specifically about gaining skills, that's like a between campaigns kind of thing in Mothership.
Oh, is
That's
it?
actually a between,
Yeah.
but I'd be able. There's also like soft rule. There's an entire section that's like you can also just make up your own skills that are applicable, and I'd be like, here's a baby version of it where it's like you've learned how to basically use gun, so you get at least like a +5 because I believe the minimum is +10, correct? So
Yeah.
I'd be willing to house rule stuff like that to be like, you didn't know how to use a gun before, you definitely do now. So
Yeah.
I would say, like, honestly, like a session or two, I'd be willing to be able to have discussions like that of like gaining a mini skill of a +5 from doing the same thing over and over again to be like, you're learning survival skills, so give you something.
Yeah.
So, and you're not dying. So yeah.
I have thought about that as well because I know this game is designed to let you to die pretty easily, but we've also done that thing in tabletop where there's a lot of things invested in our character to where dying means we're killing whole plot lines, and it's like, how do we balance this?
I mean, that's the point that I'm at, is I'm kind of stomach rolling it a little bit in the sense of like, I want to nudge in that direction, but I definitely don't want to just be like trying to kill you immediately constantly. But I do want it to be like, if a death is going to happen, I want there to at least be investment to make that death matter. So, but that said, like, if you're looking at the cast, there's a couple in there that we could lose in a session or two, even if you have a plan for them. And I think that is in the spirit, right? Like, even if Maison dies, it's like, that leads into that 3 spoke of like solve, save, survive. It's like, well, there goes solve. So, like I think it makes sense that like it'll just be moving forward, feeling out the right time to finally and I want it to be a dramatic death anyways, so I don't want to just immediately.
We come back and it's like, oh shoot, he died off screen.
Turns out he was Turns out he was at the other end and then was going to shoot and accidentally immediately shot himself in the head. Oh, geez. God. Can I talk about the worst death in any movie I've ever seen? You guys have seen World War Z, right?
I don't think I have.
Oh my god. This, I will promise you, it pisses me off so much. I'm like, this is why I'm like, I at least want a death to fucking matter. There's a scene in World War Z where the like guy who's like, yeah, I've got all the answers. I could find an antidote. Shit you not. Boards a plane, trips, has a gun in his hand, falls, shoots himself in the head. It's just like,
Look.
okay. This is really bad. It's
That's how
really
I'm
bad.
planning to die in this game.
That's how
next time,
that's how Coley wants to go out.
I think the next time I meet Mazon and he gets all uppity with me, I'm gonna be like, first, brother, first take the gas canister out of your own eye before you take the metal shard out of your brother's.
Wow. You got a whole new accent and everything for that. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks for joining. I had a good time. I hope any other input. How's everyone feeling?
Sleepy.
Yeah.
Tired.
I think
But otherwise,
I
good.
think.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah. I think
Feeling pretty
I'm
good.
done. I'm done. I said 15 minutes, and that was 5 minutes ago. So
That was 30 minutes ago when you said 15.
Shut up. Shut up. All right. So thank you for joining, everybody. We're gonna do one more thing before we go. At the end of every stream, I gotta draw a picture based on what everyone says. So if you want to participate, all you gotta do is type in chat. But we're gonna make a prompt, and then I have to draw it in Paint, and then I share it before we raid out. So yeah, what should we use for the ending prompt? Everybody. Give me a word.
Dinner.
Dinner. Eating dinner with Brian. Any thoughts, Jackson?
I'm trying my best.
Jackson's
I'm
on.
certain.
You don't have to. Jackson's at Saturn right now.
Yeah. The Mind Palace is being renovated.
Don't worry. I think I finished it with the perfect 2 words.
Oh.
Oh, go ahead.
While being hotboxed in an elevator.
Eating dinner with Brian while being hotboxed in an elevator. Oh boy. What a prompt you've given me to have to construct. Hachi Machi. What'd you guys think of Brian, by the way, who definitely wasn't going to be named Brian?
I feel like Bitter. So I was like trying to think. I was like, what are semi? Peter isn't even a Russian name, but I feel like
Pater.
Oh, sure. I could have definitely pulled out a Russian name. In the moment, I had the thought, this should be a Russian name. Not doing that. Just any
Brian.
name.
Boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Oh, Nicola. Like I just don't think of Russian names that much. I'm literally Googling them just because, like, on the spot, no, I have no idea either. I sat there for another 2 hours in the session and was just like, what's a Russian name? Peter.
Peter.
Beater. Vader.
Peter.
Alexi's pretty good too. I'm into that.
Uh-huh.
Lexi's a good one.
All right. I'm ready. Well, stick around to the very end if you want to see something. This actually works out in a certain sense. Usually this is a funny bit. This isn't going to be that funny today because you guys are going to be like, what the fuck? You guys are going to get to see Brian. But if you want to see that picture, stick around to the very end. We also do a bit of closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. Just everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows, because it is almost lunchtime for vampires and Brian. And thank you for joining, everybody. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by, chatting and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for taking the time to go back and rewatching the VOD. We do appreciate it. If you're out there and you enjoyed this, you wish to see more of what we're up to, you can scroll down below and follow. Click any of the links. There's a link to all the socials and the Discord. I post live when we go live. I post when we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to. And just generally, you can just go hang out with the rest of the community on the Discord. It's probably the best way to learn about the stream whenever it goes live. And it's just a good time in there. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community on there and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience. We appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. Just make sure to also hashtag with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. Speaking of which, as always, if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream. I do encourage you guys to do it more. It does help us out. It's just a way that you can also participate with the stream and just honestly, like, I don't do any other kind of advertising other than the posts that I do make when I go live. So the only other way that people learn about the stream, honestly, is when you guys tell them. When you tell them, when you tell people, when you tell them, when you tell the people about the stream. So yeah, go tell people about the stream. Go tell your friends about the stream. I won't. And as always, a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon, Coffee, and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you, so we thank you. If you wish to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple of the benefits you get, you could always subscribe directly on Twitch, or you can check out the Patreon or Coffee here. They'll show you everything that you can get. Any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. And thank you to Amatsu, wonderful job holding back the robot army in front of becoming famous. Thank you, John Jackson, for playing more God of Limbs with me, more Mothership. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you for being a trooper, Jackson. Sorry that this went late.
You're good. I dropped in a little bit late.
Well, we'll get you through housekeeping. Do you guys have any housekeeping? Well, you'd still go check everybody else's stuff out. Goblin Entertainment here. That link tree has links to everyone's channels and everything that they've done and they've been up to. And the rest of my stuff you can find here. My link tree has everything that I post to. Specifically, if you want to see the VOD for this, if you weren't able to catch in halfway, as well as the other VODs for the Mothership game, they're on the VOD channel on YouTube, as well as I've been a little backlogged, but I've been making little audio logs based on some of the conversations we've been having in game. So if you want to go check all of that out, that's on the VOD channel, as well as any of the art and anything else that I do. So you should go check everybody out in Goblin Entertainment. And on that note, stick around. We'll go say hi to John. We'll go tell them about Brian. Go tell them about Brian and his 3 very long arms. How did you feel about that description of Brian?
He's cute.
He's adorable. Well, everybody go say hi to John.
I would have him as a pet.
Otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful evening. Take it easy. Jackson, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience?
Looking at this art piece right now. I see the hot box. That's good.
Sean, is there anything you'd like to tell Brian?
Hey Brian, did you hear they're making an animal farm movie?
Another one? I mean, there was one.
Another one?
They're making
Yeah.
another one. Who's making Animal Farm this time? It's a good book.
Andy Serkis. And it looks really bad.
Oh no.
Like bizarrely bad.
I mean, he was Smeagol. Is Smeagol gonna play Napoleon?
I mean, Andy Serkis has done a ton of stuff since.
No, Seth Rogen is going to play Napoleon.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. No, he plays Donkey Kong.
No, he's actually playing Napoleon. He really is.
You're not what?
Yeah, that's
I
What?
told you, man.